I still remember that night like it was yesterday. Emily Harper, fresh off a grueling 20-month stint overseas with Army Special Forces, finally getting a chance to unwind at this cozy barbecue joint in downtown Austin. I'd swapped my fatigues for a casual sundress and sneakers, just craving some ribs and normalcy after all that chaos abroad. But old instincts die hard, right? So there I was, tucked in a back booth with a view of the whole place, when these three suits at the bar started turning the vibe sour, getting louder and cruder with every beer they knocked back. They were in their late 20s, flashy types from a local real estate firm, guys like Brad, the ringleader, who just closed a shady deal displacing families from affordable housing, making them feel invincible, Their egos were bloated from that power trip, and it spilled over into harassing folks around them, starting with snide comments about women dining alone, then zeroing in on this young couple, Mia and Jake, who were just trying to celebrate their anniversary quietly. Brad grabbed Mia's arm, pulling her up like she was some trophy, his buddies laughing it off as fun, but I could see the fear in her eyes. The way Jake froze up, hell, the whole restaurant did. Staff too scared to step in because these guys screamed money and lawsuits. I tried ignoring it at first, focusing on my plate, but that training kicks in, doesn't it? The way they targeted Mia wasn't just drunk nonsense seats stemmed from their entitlement. The same crap that let them bulldoze neighborhoods without a second thought, treating people like obstacles. So when Brad yanked her harder, snarling, "Come on, sweetie, ditch the loser and join real men," and Jake stammered, "Please, just leave us alone." I couldn't sit there anymore. My heart raced, but I kept it cool, walked over steady, voice even, saying, "Hey fellas, time to let her go and head back to your drinks, all right? Nobody wants trouble here." They spun around, smirking at my 5 feet 3 inches frame like I was a joke. Brad tightening his grip on Mia, sneering, "Buzz off, shorty. This ain't your Senego. Play hero somewhere else before you get squashed." His pal, Derek, stepped in close, reeking of whiskey, and shoved my shoulder hard, growling, "Or what? You gonna cry about it?" That touch, that unwanted grab lit the fuse. In my world, that's assault, plain and simple, and I'd spent years honing responses in hellholes far worse than this smoky diner. Everything blurred into muscle memory. Grabbed Derek's wrist, twisted it just right using his momentum, and bam, he was face down on the floor before he could blink, groaning like a punk who bit off more than he could chew. Brad lunged next, all bulk and fury, fists flying. "You bitch, you're done." But I sidestepped smooth as silk, a move drilled into me during endless nights in the sandbox, and tagged a pressure point on his neck, sending him crashing into a table, ribs and sauce flying everywhere. The third guy, Kyle, bolted for the door, yelling, "Screw this," but I cut him off, redirecting his charge, so he sprawled out like a rag doll. 15 seconds flat, the place went dead silent, patrons staring wide-eyed, Mia rubbing her arm, whispering, "How? Who are you?" While Jake just gaped, and I felt that rush, that mix of adrenaline and regret for shattering my quiet night. But damn, protecting folks like them. That's why I signed up. Cops showed up quick, Officer Reyes taking charge, notepad out, asking, "What the hell happened here?" Those 3 clowns jumped up, pointing at me, Brad whining, "She attacked us out of nowhere. Crazy woman knows karate or some shit. We want her arrested." But witnesses piped up fast, the old-timer at the next table booming, "Bull." These thugs were terrorizing that girl, grabbing her like animals. She only moved when they touched her. Security cams backed it all, showing their harassment building from petty jabs to full-on assault. Their motives clear. These real estate sharks thrived on dominating the weak, whether in boardrooms or bars, resenting anyone who pushed back, especially a little lady like me. Reyes eyed me suspicious at first, noting my calm. "Ma'am, that wasn't some yoga class takedown. You military?" I nodded, keeping it vague. "Active duty Army." Yeah, not wanting to drag my unit into it. But inside, I wrestled with it all, wondering if I'd overstepped, if blending back into civilian life meant letting crap slide. Turns out, NUD footage sealed it, them getting cuffed for assault and disturbing the peace, Brad protesting, "This is insane. Look at my arm." But Reyes shot back dryly, "You started it, pal. Be glad she didn't finish it worse." The manager comped my meal. Patrons clapped, Mia hugging me teary-eyed. "You saved us, seriously." And as they hauled those guys out, I exhaled, thinking, man, one dinner, and suddenly I'm the talk of Austin. Word spread like wildfire. Videos went viral, reporters digging up my Green Beret background, how I'd led ops in tough spots, earning commendations for cool under fire. My CO called me in, half smiling. Harper, you turned a barbecue into a battlefield, but praised the restraint, saying it showed our training pays off stateside too. Those three? Their deal-making worlds crumbled. Brad fired from his firm for the bad press, especially after folks connected it to their shady evictions, fueling community backlash. Derek and Kyle lost jobs too, facing jail time, probation, even mandatory classes on respect, their egos deflated, learning the hard way that power trips end when someone stands up. Mia and Jake stayed in touch, turning advocates for anti-harassment training, while the joint beefed up staff protocols, even put up a plaque at my booth for the hero who reminded us to fight for what's right. It sparked scholarships for women in special ops, boosted recruiting, even a DOCA film I reluctantly joined, proceeds going to vets and abuse prevention. Me? I deployed again, but that night lingers, proof that skills aren't just for war zones. They're for protecting everyday folks from bullies hiding behind suits and smirks. But here's the thing that still bugs me. In a world where entitlement runs rampant, was I too quick to flip the switch, or did society need more folks willing to step in? What if roles reversed? Would those guys claim self-defense? Makes you think about justice, right? Drop a comment below. Have you ever intervened in something like this? Was it worth it, or did it backfire? Share your stories. I read. All in. Hit subscribe if you dig real-life twists like this. Thanks for listening.